Oh my god! It's a Twin Blades variant. There's a Maelstrom on the backside. Phantom's picking up more kills, finds Andrew as well. It's a triple. Oh, look at the Haka. Finds the Avatar top lane 6. Great Ring of Frost connecting onto 4 members. We might have a comeback for the ages. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Will they be able to escape? ETC does fall. What a counter attack by Regen Red, and he's gonna barely get away with his friggin' teleport ability. Holy shit! That was really spicy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to twitch.tv/murderrg. Let me raise that camera just a little bit. I feel like I was like all the way down. I do want to show off this awesome shirt though. Heroes of the Storm. Got those roll icons on here. I've had this thing since August, and if you checked out the PTR today, you know the rolls are coming to Heroes of the Storm. But tonight, we got a whole different thing on our plate. We got some Division C East. It's going to be Calculated Throw and Zul'jin Distillery, and joining me tonight is Carve. How you doing, my man?
Doing great, brother. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing outstandingly well. I know we have our teams here in our lobby, but before we go into this match, you yourself participate in Division C East, so anything to say about either of these teams?
Definitely top tier teams in Div C from what I've seen and experienced so far. So looking forward to watching them play each other.
All right, as I center your name on your little caster icon there, you won't see that until you go watch the VOD, Carve, but I got you looking good now. Let me check if our teams are ready to go, because now, us casters, we are ready to go, and I know they've been patiently waiting for us. So thank you, those of you stopping in tonight for this matchup. This should be a good one. Calculated Throw at the top of the division. Zul'jin Distillery not too far behind. And here we go, we're already into draft number 1. It's going to be Volskaya Foundry. But before we get into this, let me tell you what happened during our map ban process. Looks like Calculated Throw banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen. Zul'jin Distillery banned out Dragonshire. And then here we go, our first map pick as chosen by Zul'jin Distillery. We'll put Calculated Throw on the clock first. Alright, Carve, anything you like to see in particular here on Volskaya Foundry?
A lot of... I'm big on Thrall on this map. I'm big on Thrall on pretty much every map. So, things that pull down that point, big ults, ETC being banned, kind of a bummer. I'm looking for a nice little mosh, just wrecking people for days.
So yeah, Mosh Pit taken away. I'm surprised ETC banned so early. We've seen a lot of other tanks be prioritized. Diablo, of course, this Johanna, and also a new Barak. Yeah. Surprised to see the ETC maybe a bit of a target ban up against Zul'jin Distillery. We'll see what they are thinking on their second ban here. Maybe they want to continue this tank ban train that's going on.
Yeah, oh, yeah, KT Rex on this map too.
Kale Thas, the final ban in the top half. And now we're ready to get into some picks. First to choose will be your division leader's Calculated Throw. After they banned away an ETC and an Orphea. Let's see what they're thinking here on Volskaya Foundry. Got about 5 seconds left for this decision. Probably expecting them to go... Wasn't going to say that, but okay. Mystic, this is why they want it, Carve. They want to get Mystic set up on his favorite heroes, and taking the Jaina early is of top priority for them. So that's what's on display there at that first pick. What are your thoughts?
Well, and I said it earlier, we want controlling ults, and that heroic is, my guess, is we see a ring.
All right, Asmo, Diablo, that is a whole lot of hell coming from, as I'm going to be calling them tonight, ZGD, but you spell Z with an X, okay?
Well, and it's
that's how I do it.
And that's what we need to do. It's all about saving time, Murda.
Diablo, and, you know, I talked about maybe him being one of the bans, and he made it through and said it was the ETC and Johanna. The Diablo was finally the pick, but now on the other side...
Rexar.
Yeah, Whitemane and Rexxar here. What are your thoughts up against Rexxar the past couple weeks?
He's really tough to play against. It just feels like you can't get a leg up against him with that stun with his bear. Misha is just a real jerk. And he's just really been buffed a lot. So difficult to play against. Can isolate him. You can get rid of Misha. When he loses that, he loses a lot of his power. But it's crazy to see him not in the meta at all. And now seems like he's chosen.
One thing for Zul'jin Distillery that they have to their benefit is Azmodan on their side. It's just one more target with Misha for Azmodan to hit those Globes of Annihilation with, potentially allowing him to stack that a lot quicker, and especially on these points when everyone's trying to crowd up, that Misha-Rexxar combo could be a pretty easy target for Asmo. We'll see how that goes throughout the game. Our final ban after Garrosh there is going to be Leoric.
Has he had his buff yet? Has he had his rework?
I think there is something in the last patch notes for Leoric, but nothing too insane in terms of nothing on the PTR today as well. So Ana, Raynor, the 3-4 picks here for ZGD.
Probably gonna have to go auto attack. Do you know who their auto attack player is?
Here for calculated throw, not. I think it's Acheron.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I want to say Scooty Puff is their tank, but I guess we'll find out here. No time left to decide. Scooty Puff indeed is that range assassin, and Acheron's gonna be playing the tank, a Nubarak, and getting a Nubarak with your 5th pick. That is fallen low. I like to see that.
I thought he was gonna be banned first, so getting him at the end is a steal.
An absolute steal. So we're still waiting on one more pick here. It's going to be Zul'jin Distillery. Looking for their offlaner, I'd most likely guess here, for Nutcracker. And it's going to be Junkrat. Okay, so Raynor offlane, perhaps? We'll see where Ankle Shot ends up. But chat, you've seen these drafts. It's now time to place your money where your mouth is. Hashtag CT if you want to vote for calculated throw, or hashtag XGD in chat right now. Carve, I know you're heading to Vegas this week, but where's your money at right now?
In my pocket, because I need to keep it for that trip. But if I was going to be betting some Vegas Westgate bets on this game, I'd put him on Mystic's team. He's good at Jaina. Having that Grievent with Rexxar just destroyed us, so I got to put my money on calculated throw on this game.
Wow. So, yeah, a former matchup, but a current member of Regen Red, Carve here, along with me tonight, given the lowdown on calculated throw. And yeah, this Rexxar, we're going to definitely be keeping eyes on not only the Hunter, but we're also going to keep him on the Bear, because that's going to be some potential excitement in the offlane. And it's going to be up against a Raynor. So Raynor should have some distance and might allow him to really pester that Misha throughout the game. Thoughts on just that matchup in particular? Do you think Rexxar is going to be able to have a good matchup into that?
I think so. I think Raynor will do pretty well, depending on some of the talents he gets and how long he's down there. He might be able to stack off of Misha, which could be a little bit tricky. But I know Raynor in the offlane, you have to play pretty passively, because you don't have the skills to really melt him or kill him pretty quick. So they might be able to take advantage of that too.
Well, let's start introducing these teams. Over on our left-hand side, we got Danalore playing Whitemane, Acheron on the Nubarak, Tychus played by Scooty Puff Jr., Mystic on his Jaina, and last but not least, controlling the Misha, it's Rexxar played by Grievent. Ladies and gentlemen, they are calculated throw.
And over on the right here, we got Zul'jin Distillery, ran and led by Letastar on Ana. Nutcracker playing a little bit of Junkrat there. Diablo with D-Wit. Be Fresh on Azmodan, and Raynor with Ankle Shot. We got Zul'jin Distillery, baby.
Oh, ZGD, BB. Let's take a look at these rotations. It looks like it's going to be a early start up top for calculated throw, and looking back at mid, those are dead minions. I don't know if Whitemane was there in time, so perhaps a bit of an early XP lead, ever so slightly, for Zul'jin Distillery after that early exchange.
Yeah, and we got no Rainer down bottom. We got some Junkrat down there.
I guess I like the Junkrat. It's a little bit extra range, but I don't like the positioning Nutcracker's in. I would just stay back at range. Don't let that Misha get in charge range of that attack. I totally whiffed on finding that kill mid. It's Azmodan down. You can throw your T-Taurus in chat if you want. I'm not perfect. I'm just Murda.
Perfect enough, Murda. Do yourself.
So, I mean, even with the XP that you saw lost early, it doesn't matter because the kill is going to make up for it, and already tied up. Calculated throw bringing us back to even. I do want to look at these camps, though. We see both our teams working on fortification camps bottom side. First going to be picked up there by Rainer, and on the left looks like Rexar is going to finish that off by himself.
Yeah, got Whitemane covering him down bottom, keeping that soak. Junkrat's really pestering her, so she's got to be careful, too.
So I'm peeking down at our Twitch chat right now, and some votes came in for our pregame voting, and it's going to be Zul'jin Distillery, the chat favorites here in game number 1 of Volskaya.
They got a good draft. I mean, you said they're top of Div C, right? So
calculated throw right now, top of Div C East.
Calculated throw, top
yeah,
of Div C.
Zul'jin Distillery
top.
Yeah, both towards the top, but calculated throw sitting as the king right now. Will Zul'jin Distillery be able to take an upset is kind of the question heading into this game. Early so far, it's pretty close. We did see our first blood handed over to calculated throw, but Zul'jin Distillery playing really well in these lanes. They're making sure they're not missing too much soak, but you know, as I say that, they are missing a bit right now at mid. But I feel like they've been doing a pretty decent job in this early game. It's really going to come down to some of these fights on the control points, which is going to be here in just about 10 seconds, Carve.
Yeah, and really focusing on the camps, too. So they really got that one out in time up top, although... Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Rainer's going to go ahead and grab that.
Held on.
Yeah, nice little hold. Surprising neither team looking yet at the biotic emitter. But here's some more minions, and that's missed XP at mid for calculated throw. So now our XP is a lot closer than it was with Diablo up front, taking the brunt of this Anubarak slow, and he's going to be able to walk back. D-Wet should be fine here.
Yeah, Jaina getting some damage on there, trying to get that ice block ready, raring to go, because they're going to need it later this game.
The only hero not quite here yet is Junkrat in the bottom lane. They're close to level 7. Might be waiting to get those talents before taking a fight, but instead, actually, it's D-Wit in a lot of trouble. Tychus minigun is all you need sometimes. Scooty Puff Jr. and Jaina comboing for the kill on Diablo.
Acheron just jumping in there, too. No fear.
I mean, it's just so much, and Diablo's going to have to be careful because Tychus still not even fully ready to go yet. He did go at level 4 in the rhythm, so not the bigger they are. This is actually an interesting Tychus build being started up. We'll see how it works out, but he's up against an Azmodan, big health pool, and he's up against a Diablo, big health pool. Here we go with round number 2.
Yeah, I figured that they'd probably be going that. It's always good to get something to bust tanks. Ooh, nice dunk in the Azmo.
Asmo connecting for his first kill of the game. This is going to now be starting to channel over in favor of Zul'jin Distillery, keeping Asmo on the point. Rainer's here as well, and Ana making sure everyone is super healthy. We're at level 7.
Too. Diablo almost died. Probably 100 health away from dying. And
yeah, and now he's 80 plus souls, getting a few more there at mid, and when he hits level 100, just going to be that much stronger. D-Wit, this is your time to shine early game. Charging in is Diablo, finds Mystic, and he's very low. Going to get a little bit of healing there from Whitemane, and his health bar is all the way back above 75% just like that. The turnaround is complete as Rainer falls. Looking for more, but they're not going to find it yet. A lot of 30 health bars here from Zul'jin Distillery, and it might be Tychus. Yes, it will. He falls. Rexar could be next. Diablo's trying to make sure his team can stay in here, but that might be all they end up finding, as this turret is dealing too much damage to Tychus, and the Blizzard on top destroys Junkrat. This could be more right now for calculated throw, but with Misha down, that could be it. I mean, yeah, Dana Lore, MVP in that fight. Mystic jumped on early in it, and Mystic was able to get back in the fight without having to even consider using a well tap. So outstanding by Whitemane, and we'll see if she can keep that one up.
Yeah, considering Mystic was the one that was initiated on to start the fight, Janos don't usually survive that.
Excuse me, I was drinking water, got an ice cube. There's a question in chat from Valcomer1366 asking who our co-caster is tonight. We got my man Carve on deck as we see Whitemane getting flipped, and now Danalore is gonna fall. That's gonna be the third kill of the game for Zul'jin Distillery, and they're doing it right now without the heroic talents. Calculated throws sitting at level 10, and finally we see 10 achieved here for Zul'jin Distillery. Time for some heroics, ladies and gentlemen.
Coming out of that, not losing a single tower is huge.
Yeah, keeping them up after that push. Very effective. They're even going to grab this biotic emitter, and this is a Diablo now sitting with full souls. Azmodan at 170 stacks on his globe. Also want to keep eyes on our Junkrat because he's going to be scaling his taste for explosions throughout the game, currently at 30. We'll see how that continues. But it's going to be, look at this, Azmodan looking at the demonic invasion.
Oh.
So they're going to be trying to siege. Yeah, maybe keep it split if they can win themselves one of these protectors. Get the Azmodan to split in other lanes. Here's a charge. Rexar all by himself. Grievant, you're in trouble if Misha can't stun, and she's able to, so Grievant survives. What a job by the bear. Making sure Rexar can leave that fight alive. And now we're looking a level 11 to level 11, very close in XP as well, and control point B just around the corner here, Carve.
Yeah, it's going to be huge up top without the fountain for ZGD.
Oh, here's an invade. Here's an invade from Calculated Throw down on that fortification camp, but everyone from Zul'jin Distillery has evacuated. They're going to be safe. D-Wit back behind his wall. The turret, the only thing remaining at this fortification camp, so Calculated Throw, they're trying to get back in here, Carve.
Everybody wants it. You see all that pinging down there. They need it.
APOC gonna connect on a lot of bodies, but the damage not here yet. Here comes the Riptire, though. Gonna hit a lot, and that's a lot of kills from Junkrat. 1, 2, 3 if you count the Misha. Still chasing the Whitemane, the Rexar, and the Tychus. Danalore surviving for now, but Whitemane, if she takes one more hit, might fall. They're not going to find it, and the retreat will be made there by the remaining members of Calculated Throw, but not before they lost 2. Well, 2.5 if you count the bear, and now they might even lose some of these towers at mid. That was a nice little play by Zul'jin Distillery.
Yeah, a lot of ults went out in that fight.
And still trying to stay here at mid are going to be Zul'jin Distillery, but control point B was called. About 10 seconds remaining till it starts up. They're going to go ahead and drop back onto their siege camp, get some pressure in the top lane before B is active. Already up top is the Hell Lord Diablo himself. D-Wit going to stand on the point, start that channeling early, and his team sitting ahead of these division leaders, 13 to 12. Those talents on your screen right now, anything stand out to you, Carve?
Well, the big thing that stands out is the 13 to 12 talent advantage. It's going to be interesting to see if Calculated even goes for it here, down a talent tier.
Yeah, they're very close. They're going to give up at least a lot of this percentage right now. Currently over 40% are Zul'jin Distillery. Their Junkrat at mid. He did not opt for Ripper Air, so he's going to have a bit harder of a time rotating up here to top. But here comes Nutcracker now, trying to show up for his team, as it looks like Anubrak's ready to engage this with Rexar.
It's going to be interesting to see how D-Wit uses Devastating Charge, because he's been hitting a ton of structures on those charges.
Boars came out, Odin out as well from Tychus, but a clean disengage there from Zul'jin Distillery, knowing they have 97%. They want to wait this Odin out and re-engage with their heroics online, and Tychus now popped out. This could be the signal to get going for Diablo. They actually see the support camps available too. They're going to ping it and maybe go for this. Checking the bush there is Ana, not finding anything, but both teams now aware that this Sentinel is there. But Zul'jin Distillery, they're moving back onto the point, finding a Rexar. Misha is here. D-Win on top, pops the APOC, but the ring in return is going to connect onto 3, and that's a lot of damage on top of Zul'jin Distillery. Mystic, you see why he plays this hero so well. He's going to live for now, kills off the Asmodan, finally exchanges his life, but with Diablo falling too, the double kill, well worth it for Mystic. He loves it, and now Ankle Shot next to fall makes it a 3-4-1. In favor of Calculated Throw. They grab the Protector, their second objective of the game.
Really great ring by Jaina. Really great ring by Jaina. Mystics died, but it was not for loss.
I'm fairly certain I called him Mistip on accident during that fight. You know, it happens. I tried. I was trying to pull off a nice little B-Train there. If you want to catch B-Train... If you want to catch some B-Train casting, everyone's new favorite here in NGS, he'll be with me later on this evening for the second half of this doubleheader. So make sure you tune in there. We're going to be checking out Regen Blue up against... who was it again? It'll come to me in a second. The Virtual Murky Slayers. Yes, they're sitting atop Division B West right now, so should be a nice little battle there between those two. The Protector, though, it only got through the wall and the well, not yet through any of these forts, so it could be 2 objectives in a row where all structures will remain standing. Carve, what are your thoughts there?
You can't waste an objective like that. If you miss 1 at the very beginning, crap happens, but if you miss 2, it's going to be hard to come back from.
Alright, level 16 here for Zul'jin Distillery. They are the team who's lost both of our objectives so far. They are our team who's down in kills, but they are ahead in XP, and you can thank this defense that's come out during both these objectives for that. You see the Asmodan starting to heat up, and when it's an Ana on your side, you got that nano boost. This Asmodan's going to be chunking late game, and if Ana can land the sleeps and provide that target that's just a landing spot for B-Fresh to maybe even throw down just a dirty little demonic invasion on top too. This Asmo could be really nasty, as we see Misha trying to get greedy, and that's going to be one dead bear.
Interesting to see, as I'm looking through talents here in the downtime, Whitemane not taking Scarlet Aegis against some pretty bursty heroes here.
Yeah, opting for Divine Reckoning, and wonder if it's just to help get that damage during the stun burst combo coming out. You know, they have targets like Cocoon Mystic in big trouble. Had that turret, didn't drop it. Did, however, drop the Ring of Frost, and it locked in a few, but no one except the Junkrat has fallen yet. So they'll take that kill on Junkrat, but Diablo's going to remain up, currently at 63 souls. Asmodan's still up, and he's at 300 stacks, so maybe some of these heroes they need to take out and slow down progress on some of those quests they weren't able to do. Just a Junkrat, and that's pretty low right now. Taste for Explosions for him. Do you think this is going to be a problem as we head into the late game?
Yeah, I'd say if you're a little bit behind, it's going to be tricky to scale with everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously showing they want to have their nano boost target be the Asmodan. And, you know, Junkrat really, at this point, is just a poke machine and a Riptire thrower. Here's Calculated Throw making a big move onto the bottom keep. A really late back from Zul'jin Distillery. That's going to be a full wall, maybe 2 turrets. We'll see if a Nubrak can finish it off. Not going to get the job done. However, they got a lot of work. The wall gone. That turret just hanging on a thread. If they win this final objective, or what could be final objective, like they have the past 2, they could be in a really good spot to get the first keep of the game.
Yeah, I really thought, going back a little bit to Jaina getting picked off mid, I thought she wasted her Ring of Frost, but getting that kill on Junkrat really set them up to be able to not get pushed behind or have any of their structures taken. So kudos to Mystic. I don't want to sing too much of his praises, but he's playing Jaina really well for a couple of sticky situations that she's been in.
Calculated throw, make the move down to the control point first. They're currently behind in XP or even on kills, but it's so close. Level 18.5 to level 18.5. But we got to talk about late game scaling, because that's really what the difference maker is going to be. Our in the rhythm 75 stacks only right now for Tychus, not too high. And of course, with how bigger they are, Diablo late game, he's gonna be able to stay up a little bit longer than he otherwise would against his Tychus. D-Wit at 88 souls of his 100, not fully there yet. But here we go with the fight. It's Misha up front, showing up against Diablo. All of our heroes are here except for Junkrat, who's waiting in a flanking position up top. Probably wants to get that Riptire from a safe position. Now gonna join his team back close where their wall used to stand here in this bottom lane. Rainer's Raider out on the point, poking away at Misha. The Bear charging through Diablo. Here's the Ring of Frost. Only hits Diablo. He's rooted. Now it's Asmo's turn to play. Throwing out some big globes, connecting onto 3. Might be able to find someone if he has one more left, but it's going to be a Nubrak, the one who's low. Still surviving, escaping on a conveyor belt is Acheron. And falling first is Rainer, and that means the turnaround can happen. Just some well taps, a little bit more healing from Whitemane and this biotic emitter maybe, and it can be a re-engagement. But now without your Tychus, Goody Pub Jr. surviving with a dash away, getting back inside the pool. Get the health bars back up because you have a lead. You have 99% on the channel. You just gotta get in, get the final percent, and move on to that keep. And we know that wall already been damaged, Carve.
Danalore with some clutch healing as well. Whitemane just keeping those heroes alive. There's no reason that they should have only lost one.
Yeah, Whitemane, probably my MVP throughout this earlier portion of the game. Now heading into the late game, 20 is almost here for calculated throw. They're getting their third objective of the game. And we see them, they're postured bottom lane right now. This wall damaged, this turret hanging on a thread. And once this minion wave gets here, a little bit of poke from this protector should be enough to give them the first keep of the game.
Yeah, my MVP was Misha for a while, but she's made some questionable decisions over the past couple of minutes, so I gotta take Misha back. I say Greeben's still in the running here, but Misha, not so much.
Yeah, currently it's Misha and Rexar soaking as the Ring of Frost completely whiffing onto everything there. Finally, we hear the sound effect. I don't know what that delay was all about. And finally, APOC from D-Wit. He's still surviving, but the Protector kills off Diablo. Souls reset. He's up in 3. Still in here is going to be this Asmodan. They might get the damage out with that Riptire, but no, not quite yet. Nutcracker's still alive. Ankle Shot's still alive. Can they find a kill? Showing up is Rexar. Misha's here. Might be able to slow down Diablo. D-Wit, you're in a tough spot now. Slowed down, trying to escape. His keep is destroyed, and Diablo's down for that count. 63 seconds until the Hell Lord's back.
Misha really coming back. She heard me. She wants that MVP.
A noob looking for the re-engage, dropping down the cocoon on Ana. Rainer gets the focus on a huge root from Whitemane. Will secure a kill on Ankle Shot. He's down. Minion showing up. Catapults here as well. It's Asmodan and Junkrat in defense, though. Two very strong defenders. They should be able to push the remaining members of Calculated Throw back. They even kill off a Misha. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. Defense of the core, but they lose their keep, Carve.
One keep down isn't impossible to come back from, but I mean, obviously, if you can have the choice, you'd like to have it up. Surprised that they were able to do that amount of damage, considering Ring of Frost missed everybody.
So checking out top lane, Asmo been keeping that pushed with his generals. It's gotten through a keep wall. Now working onto the keep itself. Here's the support camp as we see Tychus and Whitemane comboing for the damage onto that Sentinel. A little bit slow, so Anubarak and Jaina both going to show up, finish this off. They're going to grab themselves what looks like their third item, at least here in this cluster. Let's check Rexar. No, nothing on him. And that is 0 items in control for Zul'jin Distillery. So item control heavily favoring Calculated Throw. Structure's favoring calculated throw. And the kill count, 12-9 right now in favor of calculated throw. 6 for Tychus, 4 for Anubrak, 1 for Whitemane and Jaina. They're looking good here. Carve, do you think they got what it takes to win this final objective and make a push? Or does Zul'jin Distillery, is there scaling enough to bring them back here in the late game with our Azmodan finally filled up on his baseline quest?
Well, I think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is controlling the map, getting the items, and not throwing it right now. So as long as they can stay up for this fight and use their items advantage, I think they got it, and I don't think the scaling with Diablo, who only has 19 souls, is going to be what they're looking for at the end here. And they're doing a good job of picking them, too.
Tychus just moved really far in. He's able to back on out. Scooty Puff Jr. playing a little risky here, but knowing he has that extra speed burst with his Tychus, he's going to be able to get out of that one. Top lane, this is a siege camp pushing, catapult with it, general with it, so a threat. That's going to be Misha and Rexar back to clear it. So on the point with only 4 right now is going to be calculated throw. Zul'jin Distillery, not much the wiser, it seems.
Yeah, they got to clear out with bottom and deal with that with all those catapults. Buying themselves a little bit of time to try to take this objective.
They're going to find Tychus. He's in the APOC, flipped into a wall. Scooty Puff Jr. dies before letting go of the turret, but the Ring of Frost from Mystic. Look at him turn it around. The level 20 coming into effect as well. It's going to be a triple. The roots from Whitemane, the stuns from Anubrak make it 4. Let us star the last one standing for the mega kill. And ladies and gentlemen, that's got to be it here on Volskaya Foundry. They don't even want the Protector marching on to core. Our calculated throw ready to send us to game number 2.
Mystic really coming back from a real big whiff on the ring to just wreck their team.
Yeah, that one 1,000 times better. The most value I've seen from a Raw ring all season long. I really hope one of our viewers are able to clip that, hand it over to Nexus Edge, because that play just won the game. Volskaya Foundry in the books for calculated throw.
They really controlled most of the game there, but there were a couple of moments that were going to be really tricky, and they really were able to get value. Even when they got picked off here or there, they were able to not get that far behind, which is huge for them.
So let's take a look at this match summary brought to you by Nexus Gaming Series. Rexar leaving with another W, and I heard that he was sitting slightly above a 50% win rate in Nexus Gaming Series. I think it was something like 6 wins, 5 losses. So continue adding more into the win column here for Misha. On the other side, really great play, and just a couple unfortunate deaths late game. They couldn't keep the Diablo with full souls throughout the game. He died 5 times. Kind of started becoming an issue there for me, Carve.
Yeah. Seemed a little disjointed from ZGD. They seemed to be mostly on the same page, but it seemed like some of their battles, some of their team fights were just a little disjointed with at the end there when Jaina got her huge ring. An APOC charge with his team pretty far behind, I think might have cost him a little bit of damage there.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and take a short break, about 2 minutes or so, set up game number 2. We'll be back in just a moment with this flex match between Calculated Throw and Zul'jin Distillery. And we are back. Welcome back to twitch.tv/murderrg. If you're over on YouTube, what time is better than now to hit that subscribe button over there? Looking for you guys to help me out on the YouTubes. If you're over on Twitch right now, follow the Nightbot link. Help your boy out. If you're here for the first time on Twitch, make sure you also hit the follow button because there's going to be plenty of NGS action coming to you all season long. Going to have some Division S matches as well. So a great channel to follow if you're into amateur and professional HOTS. I'm here in our lobby, though, with our teams. I'm going to let them know we're ready. Carve, anything after game number 1 that you want to see adjusted in game number 2 by either of these teams?
I think I want to see ZGD be a little bit more on the same page when they're attacking that hero that they're going for their pick comp. Really trying to get that one person down and having everybody ready to attack and go for that next step. I really felt like they were a little bit disjointed. Even if they did get that first pick with a Diablo charge, maybe not getting quite as much value after that first pick or having a couple of their own people die. So hoping to see a resurgence from them because you know me, I love a game 3.
I've actually been started, like, my last 3 or 4 matches have been game 3s. I've had a lot of them recently over the past couple of weeks.
Respect, ban. As my buddy Zach would say, put a little respect on it. Yeah,
Aretha Franklin as well. Rexar banned out, and I'm not too upset about that. I thought Misha had a little bit of value. You saw the one time Misha was even able to help peel away a Diablo that was about to kill Rexar. So pretty versatile hero, and I actually am a big fan of the rework. Here we see the second time tonight Orphea banned away by calculated throw.
Yeah, and going back to the Rexar, I almost called Rexar totally dead, and Misha saved the day, so don't blame him at all for banning Rexar there. Grieven's a great player on Rexar.
The Beetle banned away for the first time this evening. We saw it picked in the 5th slot by calculated throw in game number 1. This time Zul'jin Distillery trying to switch it up, maybe a little bit too annoying with the stuns, with that cocoon as well. And on the other side, it's Kael'thas, who was originally banned game 1 by XGD.
Yeah, kind of bummed to see both Orphea and KT banned. I get why, great mages, but at the same time, a lot of fun to watch. And also, I love a lot of fun.
They can't let Mystic get Jaina 2 games in a row, so be fresh. He was Azmodan game 1 this time, grabbing away the Jaina with their first pick, and I am a really big fan so far of what Zul'jin Distillery is trying to do. They're taking away picks. They took away the Rexar and the Anub'arak. Now they steal away the Jaina, and Calculated Throw needs to start thinking if they are going to get any of their heroes here, and they're going to go ahead and say, yes, we want Danelore on that white main, and they're going to grab it along with Johanna for Akarin.
Yeah, you can only ban so many heroes and pick so many heroes, so it was bound to be somebody from their team making it. And pretty much every person that played last round on Calculated Throw played a really good game on their heroes. So excited to see white main again. Danelore was doing some work.
Diablo, Alex Straza here, and I love the Dragon Queen. Without threat of something like an Emerald or a Grenade, Alex Straza can have plenty of value here. What else might be able to come in and negate some of this healing? Because those abundances and then having all the extra knockbacks that the Dragon can provide, it's a lot of sustain on these points for something like a Diablo to stick his neck out.
Yeah, and no Anub'arak to just dive the crap out of her too, so she's gonna feel pretty safe most of the time. We'll see how well she respects their team, or if she just goes for it.
Leoric, the final ban for Calculated Throw. And now we're waiting with 5 seconds left for Zul'jin Distillery to make their final selection. Already taken away Rexar and Anub'arak. Their final ban is going to be the Tychus, and continuing their ways, taking away heroes that were played in game number 1. This one being Tychus. And I gotta say it.
It's getting a little toasty in here.
Check out my boy Carve, rocking the regen shirt. You love to see it.
Murda bought this for me too, so I think he does that for everybody in regen. That's what I've been told.
Maybe one day.
Except Repsychic, he doesn't get anything.
Oh, Rek gets everything. He has my complete love. Phoenix, Zeratul, double Protoss to close out the draft for Zul'jin Distillery. After Gul'dan and Imperius, they're looking at their final pick here, our calculated throw. What do they need? They need some sort of damage, so maybe a melee assassin, something to pair with this Gul'dan, something that can help finish it off, because right now they are very sustaining, not very bursty quite yet. They need something to help finish off some of these kills.
Maybe Raynor. Oh, Alfio. Okay.
All right, that is a way to finish off a kill. Last rites. Is it enough, chat? Once again, I'm going to ask you, hashtag CT or hashtag XGD. Place your votes in chat and let us know who you think is going to win map number 2. Carve, I got to ask you again, too, man. What are your thoughts?
I think you know my thoughts. I think I got to go with XGD here for 2 reasons. First of all, match 3. Big on game 3s, big on loser go home, winner go home. But honestly, I love the Zeratul Phoenix Jaina combo. And I don't know, maybe we see some Void Prisms with a little Planet Cracker, little ring.
I mean, it's
just wombo action.
Look at how much it is. Void Prison into the APOC or the ring, they decide, and then go into the APOC or the ring after. So the lockdown is most certainly there. Phoenix, if he wants to, could certainly go Planet Cracker, but there's of course still room for the Purification Salvo as well. Options there for Be Fresh, who did switch off of the Jaina. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, map number 2. It's going to be Infernal Shrines, and for the second time over on the left-hand side, we got Calculated Throw. The Captain Mystic going to be on Gul'dan, Akaran playing Johanna. Danalore once again on Whitemane. Imperius played by Scooty Puff Jr. And last but not least on Malthael, it's Grievant. Ladies and gentlemen, Calculated Throw.
10 seconds.
And over on the right, we got Ankle Shot on Jaina. Let a Star on Alex Straza. She's turned around. I can't see. We got Diablo played by DeWitt. Got a little Nutcracker on Zeratul. He's invisible. I can't see him. And Be Fresh on Phoenix. We've got Zul'jin Distillery looking to even up the series at 1 here.
Looking to even it up early onto Johanna, but she has Iron Skin. She can walk away safely. Let's look at some of these level 1 picks. Echoed Corruption from Mystic and his Gul'dan. On a Pale Horse from our Malthael. And it looks like a laser build from Phoenix, and that's a lot of lasers hitting onto Johanna and Akaran. That time, your Iron Skin was not enough, and that's first blood of the game. Zul'jin Distillery coming out fresh.
Always feels good to get a Johanna at any point in time during the game.
So they're going to have a little advantage in these rotations. Maybe finding an Imperius. Scooty Puff Jr. in trouble. Has a spear. Will use it. He's back. Avoids that Blizzard as well. But let's look at some of these numbers early game. The damage from Jaina already significant, 3.7k. The healing has been a little bit ahead for Alex Straza, and I think this is one of those games where you're going to see Alex Straza top over 100k supporting, so keep an eye on that stat. Remind me post-game to check in on myself, but I'm expecting big things here from our Dragon Queen.
Yeah, I got $1 she doesn't. Not because I don't believe in her, but because I'm a betting man. And, I like to live a little bit in murder.
Well, I'm going to throw out the very aggressive hot take and say she makes it to 100. Right now they're finding Imperius. And DeWitt actually playing really well on Diablo for the second game in a row, finding a lot of damage early on Johanna, now finding some there onto Imperius just through use of these towers that they have by their wall. You got to always respect Diablo when he's got you nearby those.
Yeah, he's trying to get you done. And we got Malthael really doing a good job of kind of, I'm going to call it split dual soaking. Taking some of the soak mid, some of the soak top, all of the soak top, some of the soak mid, and then going back and letting his team take the rest of the soak mid. So playing really well is Grievant. You know his way around the HOTS hero. And
without a bruiser, they're leaving the Zeratul our Zul'jin Distillery to act as that off laner. And the matchup into a Malthael is actually pretty good. He's going to trade favorably. Just needs to make sure that Malthael's not able to heal on top of all those minions in the wave. Nutcracker not playing it perfectly that time. But you'll see as the match continues that Zeratul should be able to get a little extra damage, especially with that singularity spike on top of a target like Malthael.
Yeah, you don't want to be attacking Malthael in the middle of an entire wave of creeps, that's for sure.
Yeah, and you do see the cleave build started up just to help with all that wave clear that Zeratul has to keep up with. Will also help inside these shrines, which is active. Our first one of the game will be a Frozen Punisher bottom lane early jump here by calculated throw, already sitting at 10 skeletal defenders. We're waiting on Zul'jin Distillery to make their move in the pit, and here they come with Diablo leading the way. Grievant was the one being charged in. That's Malthael, and now they're going to start finding damage on top of Imperius. Scooty Puff going to have to start backing out. Great placement from that Blizzard of Jaina, but still no kills either side. Diablo trying to finish off Malthael, but Grievant sticking in there. He's standing strong. Thank you for the host, Jason. Welcome everyone from his matchup. Here we are on Objective 1 of Infernal Shrines, and it's Zul'jin Distillery popping a Dragon Queen and getting themselves positioning, but here come Calculated Throw, ready to re-engage. This is very close, 26-33 in favor of Zul'jin Distillery, but Calculated Throw, they're ready to rip, they're ready to roar, and Imperius, he's getting the damage onto all the members, but they weren't able to get enough skeletal defenders, and Imperius trades his life for absolutely nothing, Carve.
Yeah, really crazy healing going on for both healers, too. I feel like I'm going to lose this bet, possibly on both healers, so that's the game that you play sometimes when you bet on HOTS.
Let us star already at 19k, only level 7. They're finding damage. Great push there by Diablo before the Iron Stem went off, but not enough damage. Johanna is going to survive. Good supporting once again by Danalore, making sure that her tank is going to be standing. Here's a siege camp down bot. Both teams looking at it, Carve.
Yeah, don't let Danalore play support, is what I'm finding out. Do not let him play white.
There goes Alex Straza, popped wide open during that fight. Johanna trying to keep the rest of Zul'jin Distillery from getting behind their wall, but DeWitt should be able to make it back. Yeah, everyone remaining will survive. Let's peek around up top because Malthael in chase on Zeratul. Nutcracker very low, and now body block. Nutcracker is going to fall. Great kill by Grievant. Glad we're able to catch that one. You don't get to highlight the solo lane too often, but Grievant showing why Malthael's a true solo laner and not our Zeratul.
Yeah, that didn't stand a whole lot of chance right there. Attacking him right on the creep wave and trying to run away didn't really work.
I'm glad we got to see that one. There was a kill we missed last game. And I'm going to go ahead and say most casters might not have made it there in time on that one. So we'll say we're even now, Twitch chat. You're welcome.
Yeah, they should really be thankful. Really.
You know what, Carve? I don't need to hear from you. I don't need to.
No, that was pro-murder. That was not sarcasm.
Alright, you don't need the brown nose now. Okay, alright. Two extremes here, Carve. Camp taken there by Calculated Throw. The match was already taken on the other side, and this will end up being in favor of Calculated Throw. They're getting a little bit of extra damage onto the minions pushing the other way, but Scooty Pump Jr. very low, 500 health. Zeratul trying to finish it off, but not enough to get in there and finish it off. Scooty Puff Jr. surviving, uses his well tap, and he'll be here to help defend the remaining bits of these mercenaries from the mid lane. Even strength, and now level 10's almost here for both sides. Horrify, and this time Scarlet Aegis from Danalore.
Yeah, white main OP. Still can't kill anybody if Danalore's around.
So game 1, it was Divine Reckoning from Danalore. Game 2, Scarlet Aegis. I was going to say, does the change really make a difference? I thought got enough value from Divine Reckoning in game 1. There's Johanna getting flipped into the towers again. Scooty Puff whiffing on a spear. There's an abundance, but the fear as well. Going to send a few out of it, and Diablo Low has to pop the APOC. There's going to be one kill onto Diablo. Soul's going to reset. Ring of Frost connecting on a few means that kill onto Imperius. Next could be White Mane Danalore, dangerously low. Gonna survive, and the turnaround here but abundance here as well, and it will only end up being a 1-for-1 with Diablo already back without his souls. Thoughts on that fight, Carve? Who got the advantage?
8 or 9 different heroics went off out there, and 2 heroes died. That's crazy.
Yeah, just never saw the VP from Zeratul to set up a proper engagement for Zul'jin Distillery. They had to use the APOC early. They popped the ring because they had a couple targets in the APOC, so that was fine. But we'll see if they want to alter their engagement. Still 30 seconds for that ring, 38 for the APOC, so a bit of time until they want to take it. Now we see cooldowns coming offline here for Calculated Throw. They got their Scarlet Aegis, and you see it pop there, but here's the Void Prison on the other side trying to keep the mouthfeel locked in. Grievance low, but he's able to slowly float back to his team and survives through this Dragon Queen. So now I think advantage in favor of Calculated Throw, and they're already ahead inside this pit.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like the VP there. I'm not a pro, but
Horrify,
like
huge. Horrify enough to kill the Zeratul. Next could be Phoenix, but he has Warp. Be Fresh is safe. But what's not safe is his mid lane, because an Arcane Punisher is about to be picked up here for Calculated Throw. Their first objective of the game. This is the second overall objective here on Infernal Shrines. But this wall already down. Just the 2 turrets standing at mid. This mid fort potentially under threat now.
Yeah, coming in hot, that Arcane Punisher. Those laser beams just wrecking. There's no way they keep this keep.
Alright, so fort under a lot of trouble. 5 blue heroes here. The Punisher still very strong. 75% health. Still sitting on that health bar as it approaches the keep wall. Calculated Throw still standing in here. They know they have a lot of siege damage with Gul'dan, and they're going to work through one of the side walls, now pushing forward onto this keep. A 2-man spear from Imperius. Here's the follow-up from Whitemane, trying to lock in D-Whip, but he's surviving. There's going to be the Lifefinder, bringing Diablo back to full health in the Purification Salvo, pushing back members of Calculated Throw. Oh, VP, Ring, and APOC all ready to go. Can the blink forward from Zeratul come? Nutcracker trying to get as close as he can. There he goes. Hits 2. APOC behind it, the ring as well. They throw everything out at the same time, so they might not be able to finish off Scooty Puff Jr. Actually, they do. Nutcracker on the other side, he's low. Zeratul about to fall, still surviving. And Johanna now pops Iron Skin, but she could be the next to fall. Does Diablo have a flip? Gets the cleanse from Whitemane and survives. So after the VP, the Ring, and the APOC, they're only able to finish off 2. And now with Gul'dan turning it around with that big Corruption ankle shot and Nutcracker about to fall, they do. Mystic Baby making it happen without his Jaina, this time with a Gul'dan. Outstanding mage play from our captain of Calculated Throw.
Really turned around what could have been a really gross situation there mid with that fort. Not able to take the camp down here either, with no real damage near him. Phoenix, but he's weak. We can see him invade.
So
double
without
camp actually with Maltheo.
Yeah, so this is actually going to threaten bottom. We do see our next Punisher, our next Shrine will also be in the bottom lane. The minimap telling us will be a Mortar Punisher. 2 camps can be pushing mid, as the rest of the teams here in the bottom lane next to the siege camp only going to leave the Maltheo, as the rest of the team's going to join up at mid and help push these goats onto that keep wall, which is already gone. So it's actually going to be a keep that's under threat here. 11.5 in. 14-13 is the XP lead for Calculated Throw, almost level 15 to make it a 2-level lead. 7-5 is the kills, and a lot of them right now for Maltheo and Gul'dan. What's the adjustment that's got to come out for Zul'jin Distillery? It's got to be these heroics syncing them up, Carve. What else?
Yep. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but you took exactly what I was going to say. When you have that comp with a Void Prism, Ring, Salvo, and APOC, you've got to kill more than 1.5 or 2 people. They've got to melt.
Alright, so here we go. Very close to our objective. There it is. 30 seconds now until we see our third objective activated here in the bottom lane. Zul'jin Distillery trying to get a little bit of XP before it gets there, and they're sending their minions onto this bottom well. Blizzard not enough to finish it off from ankle shot. Instead, they're going to set up around this pit, but they're going to have to do so down a talent here. I think level 16s will be here. So close right now for calculated throw. Just waiting on some of that passive XP to finish ticking in. I don't know if Zul'jin Distillery wants this, but they are going to set it up, and the VP combo could be all they need. I mean, talent tiers almost don't matter if you can execute your combination, because it's going to take heroes out of the fight. We'll see if they can pull it off, and if they have kind of the chutzpah to make a play happen.
Yeah, they gotta deal with top, but they gotta get down there real quick. Otherwise, they are gonna Malthael and Gul'dan do not have any problems clearing shrines.
I mean, it's already too late.
They're giving it. Yeah, they're giving it.
100% give. They're gonna try to maybe get this top fort, but the minion wave's not here, so they're a little bit delayed for now. Still waiting on it. They're gonna push forward. But this is 100% going to be a bottom fort. The wall's already dead. And they're going to have to make a defense of a Punisher probably sitting at full health onto a keep wall. So, fort down. Here come the backs. And it's going to be a big play here on the bottom side card.
Yeah, they have to hope for a perfect wombo here. Because if they don't down a talent tier with the Mortar Punisher, it's going to be a real struggle to keep this keep alive.
Punisher leaping over, finds Diablo. D-Wick in a backup for now, taking some damage from these mortar blasts that are coming out from the top of this Punisher's head. The wall has been killed. The turrets are down as well. Now pushing forward. Our calculated throw trying to get their first keep of the game, but there's the VP. Punisher jumping in, the APOC. It's going to connect onto a few with the ring as well. Will anyone fall? No, because the Scarlet Aegis keeps everyone alive. Now it's going to be turned around on Diablo. D-Wit first to fall. He had soul, so he'll be back up in just a few moments. But the Scarlet Aegis completely negating the combo, and now another kill comes on top of Phoenix. A double for calculated throw. They end up losing their Imperious, but after the Punisher goes down, so does the keep. And that's really what they wanted during that objective push. They got through a fort and keep. Well done by calculated throw.
Man, White Mane OP saved the team. 3 people and a Punisher in the VP. And one goes down, like, what, 30 seconds later when he got tossed into the entire core? Crazy. White Mane OP 2020.
And with this lead, calculated throw continuing to keep this map as blue as possible. Lanes pushed out on the bottom, mid being threatened now by mercenaries. Up top, the only lane that's favoring Zul'jin Distillery right now.
You gotta say, calculated throws playing this, no pun intended. Okay, there's a pun intended. Pretty calculated.
Oh no, Malthael not falling. Grievance surviving with 0 health. They let him go, and now the Horrify gonna finish off D-Wit. B-Fresh 50 health. Johanna trying to chase it, but gonna give it up. Nutcracker here playing Zeratul on his mount, but the spear connects from Scooty Puff. A triple kill's been secured. Bottom lane with a catapult and goats appears to be the win condition for calculated throw. Looking to send this one home and grab the 2-0 domination over Zul'jin Distillery.
I don't think there's any way to defend this with a Phoenix and Alexstrasza, and no Alexstrasza after a hot second here.
Johanna 5 health gonna fall as well. That looks like it will be game. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's 2-0 victors will be calculated throw after winning 13-7 in kills here on Infernal Shrines. They pick up 3 points in the standings. Carve, what a set indeed.
Showing why they're on top. Calculated throw, not doing much throwing. Don't want to be that guy, but you do owe me $1, not 100,000.
Alexstrasza not able to make it to the late game. Had 71k, and I think if we did get there, 100k was no problem.
For sure.
But I love the pressure that was put out by calculated throw in that one. Mystic, an obvious MVP, but really great play again by Danalore. So maybe our overall MVP of the night is White Mane.
You gotta give it to Danalore.
It has to be.
The fact that Malthael didn't die mid, and then they turned out to kill 3 of Zul'jin Distillery's players and then end the game, that's on Whitemane, that's on Danalore. That's why he's OP. Not just Whitemane, Danalore, OP.
I do want to say thank you in chat to Ronan 00089 for the 10 bits. Thank you for being here this evening. Great set. I'm going to see if I can find anyone for an interview here. Let me reach out to Mystic and see if he has anyone he wants to send. Carve, if you want to head over to an NGS lobby, I'll meet you there.
Yeah, for sure. Mystic.
What's up?
All right. We got Mystic joining us, the captain of Calculated Throw, and that's a big win tonight against Zul'jin Distillery, and it's a 2-0. Mystic, how you feeling?
Oh, man, we feel good, especially after the results last week.
Yeah, last week, for those of you at home, taking a tough loss to one of my teams, Regen Red. But you guys are bouncing back here against a really good Zul'jin Distillery. What changed in this week between those two matches?
We know them pretty well. I think we were able to prep for them a little bit better than we were Regen Red, which definitely helped. And so we had a game plan and we stuck to it. We didn't try to get fancy with anything, and we've played them in their tournament. We played them in wildcard last weekend. So I think we just kind of had an idea of how they wanted to do things, and our goal was just to take that away from them. And I think we managed to do that.
So taking away from is a big theme during our drafting. You guys banning away an ETC and an Orphea. The Orphea most notably in both of our games. Are these target bans that you guys were pulling out? And if so, who specifically you're trying to target ban? Let them know officially it was them.
I don't remember the names, but I do recall the highlight from number 2 highlight of the week or something with an Orphea Arthas Jaina Ring of Frost combo involving Zul'jin. So
that Endless Feast play, I think, made it for the Nexus Edge highlight reel. I want to say it was number 3 this week. If you go check that out, spoiler,
maybe
sorry.
3.
Definitely a really big play.
Every time we've played them, they've got drafted very big into the isolate CC comps. Like they destroyed us with the Stitches, the Zebo combo in Wildcard Weekend last year. So we've run into their comps a few times.
So Carve, anything on game number 1 specifically you wanted to touch on before I talk about this one?
Yeah, game number 1. I'm big into the mental game and what you're doing to prep. So hearing that you're ready and preparing for teams is what I like. I'm a nerd when it comes to that. So I don't want to throw you under the bus too much, but you miss a huge Ring of Frost there towards the end in the other team's base.
Yeah.
How do you come back from that and throw it as possibly the highlight of what happened tonight in your games with a Ring of Frost? I think hit 3, maybe 4 people. What's your headspace like there?
Oh, you're always gonna miss one.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
The one in the base was more of a, if I remember the play, it was a, hey, let's just see if we can lock them down. We didn't really have the engage set up for it, but I've been pretty good this season about being able to hit those Rings of Frost on with the lack of engage. I think playing Chromie pays off, knowing where everybody might be running.
Yeah.
But and then just turning it around, and the big ring on that final point on game 1, definitely, even though we lost the Tychus really fast, just getting that ring and just getting the DPS out as fast as we could to turn that fight around. It's just it keeps you going, knowing
epic turn
that play is always there for Jaina.
Yeah, I mean, that play that closed out the game is certainly going to be on the highlight reel this week. But let's continue talking about Ring of Frost, the theme in our set. Game number 2, it traded hands, though, and it was up against Diablo with an APOC and a Zeratul with the Void Prison. What were you guys thinking? Was it, hey, we got our Whitemane, we got our Scarlet Aegis, let's just protect through the burst? Is it that much faith in Danalore playing Whitemane, or is it something else?
It's a lot of faith in that. It's also that it's a comp we've been trying to run for like 3 weeks and we never get to. So
okay,
we understand the timings and stuff, and we pretty much knew if Zeratul throws a VP out, as long as somebody can get the stun on him, he can't cancel the VP to set up the rest of their combos, and we did a pretty good job on that. I think there was one VP where they got a lot of damage done, And that's the one where he actually got, I believe, 4 of us in the mid lane at once.
So if you're at home
And we
listening,
still-
take a lesson from Mystic here. Stun those Zeratul when they drop the VP.
Yeah, because he can't hit buttons and cancel it.
It is hard to hit buttons when you're very hard. I've tried. I don't
just
know
horrify
about
their
you.
whole team. I think I did that once
okay.
too.
Everybody running in different directions.
We got you here specifically, Mystic. I'm glad we do. You had some big plays game 1 with the ring, most notably at the end. But game 2, there are a few really money horrifies. Is Gul'dan just as comfortable for you? Because they obviously were trying to take away Jaina. But is it a mistake just leaving the Gul'dan there too?
I love Gul'dan, I love Jaina, I love Chromie, I love Mephisto. Take your pick.
Oh,
I've
God.
got another one.
Throw me rework coming,
writing
so
that
get
down,
ready for
okay,
Mystic
yeah.
Division
Yeah,
C.
Chromie.
Oh, I'm so ready for the Chromie. I went and played her before the match, and I'm actually not too disappointed by it. So it's like
Yeah,
Jaina.
it should be great.
It's like Jaina and Gul'dan mixed together now. It'll be great.
Well, and Chromie before was just wildly OP, picked in every game, and then all of a sudden she fell off the face of the earth. Chromie hasn't been played in a game in Team League in 8 years. I don't know if you knew that, but she's fresh out of being played.
I play her in Team League, but they won't let me run her in NGS because she's just not in a good spot at the moment.
I bet there's some times later this season where you'll be
Oh,
running.
I hope so. She's my number 2 right behind Jaina, so...
So Mystic, we're looking at the standings here. Calculated Throw obviously doing really well. Who's left on your schedule that you're looking forward to playing against, and maybe a tough matchup that you have ahead?
I got to give shout-outs to Winky Face. I'm looking forward to playing B-Train. He's already thrown down the gauntlet on
I heard
Nexus
some of
Edge.
that.
So
I heard that.
looking forward to the mage off there. And our team has just become really good friends with people on Winky Face. So and we're real good friends with a lot of the...
And correct me if
team
I'm
from
wrong,
the
that
division.
match is this week, right?
It is Wednesday night, same time.
Okay.
And I don't believe it has a caster yet.
Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
We will see Calculated Throw versus Winky Face. No caster yet, but keep an eye on the calendars. Maybe someone will grab it before then.
I know a guy who might cast it from Vegas, maybe just right from the strip, maybe.
I would love to do it myself. I won't be here. I will be in the Bahamas. So both myself and Carve unavailable for the remainder of the week, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's still uncasted as of right now, so I'll go pester the caster channel.
Well, big plug. I'm sure Jayzon will help get that one casted too. But hey, Mystic, before we let you go, I got to give you time
Yes.
for shout-outs, man. The floor is yours.
Shoutouts to my guys. They brought it tonight, bouncing back really well after last week. Last week was just really heartbreaking with the way that final Tomb game went, so it was nice to see everybody bounce back. It's a busy week for us. We got Winky Face coming up, so big shoutouts to Zul'jin. They're always fun to interact with, always fun to play against, and they always provide a really good challenge. And they're definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with throughout the season for everybody.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you guys for casting. Shout out to NGS and everybody around. Keep it going.
Pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Carve,
Great
before we
work,
go,
Mystic.
let them know where they can find you.
At Twitter, Eitherfoot. I'll be honest, most of what I'm tweeting there is Minnesota Vikings related stuff, but you can go there if you want. And that's pretty much it. If you want to come to South Dakota, feel free to come find me. There's only 5 of us here.
And I'm Murda. You can find me over on Twitter at MurdaRG. Of course, here on Twitch at MurdaRG and over on YouTube, MurdaRG. Thank you so much, everyone, for stopping by tonight. Carve for being my co-caster. Mystic for coming in for this interview. We can't do it without you. NGS living and it's strong. We got a doubleheader later on. Make sure you stop in. I got B-Train joining. It's going to be Regen Blue versus the Virtual Murky Slayers, a Division B West matchup starting at 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Pacific. Right back here on twitch.tv/MurdaRG. I will see you guys there. But for now, signing off, I'm Murda. I was joined by Carve, and for the interview by Mystic. We'll see you guys in the Nexus.
Cheers, everybody.